job that we're doing is we're fixing this mess. If you've watched our videos for a little bit now, when we were in St. Augustine a few months ago, we filled in a bunch of through holes on our boat that were just old and unused, and for safety, we just didn't want them around anymore. But at the yard we went to, they wouldn't let us do our own bottom work, so this stuff. And I don't like to complain, but honestly, they did a bad job. At the time of the video, even in the videos I was questioning, I was like, this is not the way I would have done it, but supposedly they're professionals, so we'll just see. Well, when we hauled here in New Bern, they did the pressure wash like they normally do. They didn't do it particularly hard. You can see the rest of the hull is looks to be as it was, but as they pressure washed, this is what happened. The bottom paint came off, the barrier coat paint came off, and even chunks of the filler they used came off. The only thing that really stuck was the fiberglass that was underneath, and that was glass that I supplied with epoxy and resin that I supplied and they used. So needless to say, I'm not particularly pleased about it, and in New Bern they will allow us to do our own works as long as we take the appropriate precautions, which we will. And yeah, we're gonna redo it. We're gonna grind out this mess that they did professionally. They were undergoing a management change, blah, 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 but regardless, they did a bad job. So we're gonna fix it now. So we have 12 through holes to repair, and I'm probably just gonna grind it most of the way through and build the glass back up, because they use plugs for filler with the same pink stuff filling agent that they used on the outside, and clearly this stuff is not adhering very well. So it's annoying that we got to redo the job, but at least now I know we'll do it the right way. So let's get to it. Alright, I'm not gonna gripe too much, but I ground away at the top of what was done. I can already see voids in the plug that they did. Just, it's not the right way to do it, and I'll show you. And then this, you can see a plug here, and the plug didn't have adhesion all the way around it. I mean, if it were thinner, it looks like you could just basically knock it out. So, I've already done a number of layers of this layup because I wanted to get done before the end of the day. So I'll show you a little bit here. It's the same thing. Instead of using plugs like the other guy used, I'm building it up with glass. So I did 2 layers of top strand, and then a layer of 1708, which is super thick. Then 2 layers of top strand. Some places I use a little bit more than 2 layers to even it out. And then another layer of 1708, and then top it all off with 1 more layer of top strand. So it's a number of layers, but it's like midnight, low 90s that the epoxy is kicking pretty quick and stiffening up. So we're just kind of laminating as the layers below stop being so jelly-like. We had 12 of these to do, and then we'll be done with the layout part, and then tomorrow we can do the fairing and all that. So this one's got a little divot right here, and this one's pretty minor, but right there. Doesn't seem like much, but every little layer you put on does add a little bit of thickness. Now you see the drips down here. We don't really care about those because we're gonna get the bottom sanded down for our bottom job anyways. If we did, we'd probably put some tape down or something, but we don't, so. So I'm gonna pull the peel ply off now. I already did it for the other ones, it's not so bad, but here's what it looks like. This peel ply is different from what I've seen some of the other people use though, because it's leaving back a kind of a matte finish where it's like cloth. It's not shiny. So there must be another peel ply that's shiny when you pull it off. But it came off pretty nicely. And all things considered, it is smoother than it would have been had we not used peel ply. You can sort of see the fabric still imprinted in there though. And that's what it looks like after. There's a little bit, the shadow here is making it look more dramatic than it is, but there's a little bit that needs to be ferred out in each of these. And I found some blisters in the gel coat. They're not really big. You can see right here, I dug one of them out with my knife, and it was really difficult to do, and there's no moisture behind it. So I don't think I'm gonna worry about the blisters because we're gonna barrier coat it anyways. You can see another one here, but this is the job. So now we're gonna throw some fairing compound in here. It's been a long couple of days. We've been doing boat prep work. As you can see here, we've got it all masked off, and we've done barrier coat where there was gel coat because we've moved up the bottom line some, and we needed the barrier coat, the gel coat that was now gonna be under the antifouling. So after lots of sanding and multiple, I think we did 4 coats, most places of barrier coat that we were going to put it, we are now finally ready to put on the anti-fouling. And to do this, we're actually going to mix white and black to get a gray. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to do this, so we're going to try it out. We didn't really want to go black, and white would just show muck too fast, so we're going to try gray, but they don't sell gray. Ooh! Messy. That didn't go gracefully at all. This is Micron CSC. The only reason I chose this on, well, there was a couple of options, but I chose this because it seems that it was rated the most popular brand for Florida and stuff. So now, mix a half gallon of black into it. Yeah, same paint, still Micron CSC. So it's the same formula with regard to everything, mostly. Like supposedly there's some variance in the copper amongst the different ones, but we'll see what kind of gray we get when all is said and done here. We're going half a gallon of white, half a gallon of black. We've pre-mixed these two already very thoroughly with a tool that you stick on the end of a drill. Good tool. All right, that's half and half.
Got them.
The fun part, mix it together and see what we get. So that's one side done, and we have to do each hole twice, and that's one side of one hole, so just take that times 8, and that's just the anti-fouling. We also had the bottom coat. It's been a long job, but yeah, making good progress, and it looks good. It looks good. All right, I'm gonna do the rest.
For our first time doing a bottom job, we thought it turned out pretty well, and while it sucked to lose the footage of the finished product, we were just really happy when it was all said and done. We just wanted to show you a little bit of our experience with that project. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos, thumbs up if you liked it, and thanks for watching.